Of course, it's important to have your microphone on. Let's see. Okay. So where were we? I was writing about the difficulties of, or not I was writing. This is actually all Mark wrote all of this stuff, and I'm just going through to review it and look at it. So you've got, let's see. We were talking about the difficulty of these applications. So where does that leave us? Let's look at this. Here's the introduction. From an outside perspective, then. At the very least. I talk about this up here. Yeah. Let me think about I think there's too many vocals in this one for background music. So I'm going to remove it. There we go. Let's see how that one is. No. It'd be a little funny there. That's the kind of thing people usually edit out. Hmm. So here's what I'm thinking. Is I don't really know how this flows together here. Because I sort of changed it to be like, we're finally going to tell you the solution, and then we keep talking about the problem. Not sure if this fits here. Keep holding off on dots. And now all those negatives change people have tried many methods to modernize monolith. So see, what we have here is like a bit of a case study, an example, which is always good. But how do we work that here? Let's see. Okay, how about this? How about this? as with many things. Let's see. What I want to say is, like, you'll know it when you see it, and this is an example. Well, your portfolio legacy applications may be complex, and teaming may be complex. Let's see. Monolithic applications have many characteristics, but like so many large, troublesome things in life, you'll probably smell the monolith before you properly analyze it. You'll probably be able to smell the monolith before you've done a detailed analysis. Right away. Let's look at an example of just that. So here, how's this one turn out? No. Let's try some more filtering here. Work with. During, over, I'm not really sure if there's a difference. Who cares? Let's see, where is our buddy here? Let me check on something. I'll let you catch up with the case study there. I'll show you what I'm doing here. I'm distracting myself, but I recycled an old video. I put it into the portrait landscape to see if it would work out as a Google short or something. You really need to wait like a few days, but you know, and then of course I posted it elsewhere. So I was just checking in, seeing how that's doing. All right, let's go back. One large GP. What's 8 figures? That's double-digit millions, right? Let's say they were paying an 8-figure to maintain. Let's see, it was costing them. It was costing them 8 figures in euros a year to maintain. Well, I guess just one. Is this programs or separate programs or lines of code? Programs, we should say components, modules, or whatever the mainframe term is. It's not backed up and backed. And COBOL. And rely. Also used. DB2 and IMS. Code changes required 3 to 18 months before being effective in production. See, here's where you make a decision. You can say, do we say 3 to 18 months or up to 18 months? I think we'll leave 3 to 18 months. If we were being a little more marketing concise, you would say up to. Is this actually showing me? Oh, it's the tabs. That's fun. People are all down on the touch bar thing, but I don't know. Seems okay. Maybe he was like up at the top of the monitor. That like so you could. That might be interesting. Then you could also look at it, but probably a bad idea. Or being code changes required. Let's see. Being effective in production with 4 releases a year. App, let's see. Changing the application took anywhere from 3 to 18 months. In the IT world, this is a living dinosaur. We could... Let's see if we should. Let me bring this over here. We could, but should we? So if you have been joining me for all of these streams, which I'm sure everyone here has, this is what I was working on over the past couple of days, is looking through the CNCF what do you call them? Survey. Yeah. So let's... This is a good comparison, I think. Would it be a little too gratuitous? Let's see. Let's see. There's that European thing where they like to use a decimal instead of a comma. Application is a 30-year-old mainframe. Let's see. The costs are high. For how inflexible, for how long it took. We worked with. Let's see. So does this need to be this? Is this past, or is it all over now? I think I know who he's talking about, but it's costing 8 figures. The costs were high for how long it took to get change to application new. Wow, how long it took to make regular changes to the application. Any changes to the application. Getting new features into production. Let's say releasing. Yeah. Releasing new features. New or modified features into production took anywhere from 3 to 18 months. In comparison, the cloud native community. So let's see. Where am I? Person in the cloud native community. So what is that? Let's here. Let me get that open. No, let me get that open again. I don't know where it went. Let's see, CNCF. That's a little too old music for what I'm looking for with this list. So let's see. $31, $33, that's 64. I'd say in comparison, where did it go? The cloud native. Let's see. Cloud native organizations. Release. Let's see. About 60% of cloud native organizations. Let's see, it's about is just over. Release their software weekly, if not daily. There we go. Publish chart. Let's see. I think I have this for just, yeah, that's fine. Comparison. Let me put a note here. This is from the 2021 CNCF annual survey. I gathered up a chart here. See, this is the kind of music I'm going for. Playful. Great. Uh-oh. I was trying to do some light adjustments here. It's a little bright. I don't know. I don't know how to do lighting. It's mildly upsetting. I think maybe what I'll do, I think I've got to give myself a little bit of a little more fleshiness. It's a little too much though, isn't it? Let's put it down to, I don't really know what I'm doing. So I'm going to stop doing it. I think what I really need is some powder on my head. People are always doing that to me when I'm on, you know, more professional camera things, which hasn't happened in a long time, because you know you got the problems, the virus. All right, I should wrap up here. Let me wrap up this one part, and then that'll be it for today, so I can shut down, so to speak. Daily comparison. So let's put a footnote here. Insert footnote TK. This is based on the 2021 CNCF survey. Publish a blog article on it, to that with UTM to link. And then let's go over, where was, yep. Let's copy this again. What happened to my text here? Oh, right. Right. I copied that instead of cutting it. This was a mission critical application. This application ran one of the core services for the agency. Let's just say was one of the core services for the agency. Let's see, can we say something like this application ran the most critical part, or something like is there a more detailed way to describe how important the app was? Like, would the agency cease to function if the app was down? Let's see. Used daily by 3 million users. And here, you know, you don't want to use it too much. Well, over and over. The application. So let's move this. Like many other government and financial service companies, the agency has been struggling to find a balance. New business features influenced. Let's say driven. Or how about required? Is this accurate? They have to make the changes, add features to comply with new laws, regulations. Required by new laws and regulations. Struggling to find a balance. Between adding I don't like this double new and new, but we'll just leave it there for now. Let me make a note here. It'd be nice to not use new twice so close to each other. One would say each instance. Precision in comments is as important as precision in the whole, or something. agency also needed to bring the system. I often, oh, where'd my, I often misspelled bringing as brining. To bring the system to the modern era. Aside from business-facing changes, the technology. This meant that, there we go. And lowering costs. With many COBOL developers that are no more with the company or about to retire, and outdated fetching the remaining in-house domain. Is that how you spell in-house? I mean, it's not red squigglied, so I guess. Oh, look at that. Wow. Okay. The remaining in-house domain technical knowledge around the system is very sparse. Quite a dead end. I already had that song saved, so I just moved on. All right. So what am I doing here? I'm like reading this over and over again. So like get, oh, there's my water. To like get the narrative story, the sentence of this paragraph, so to speak, in my head. There we go. This is where you can use an and effectively. And with many of the agency's COBOL developers either retired or soon to retire, and because of the lack of thorough documentation. No, I can't spell thorough. Thorough. Boy, that's a weird word. What language does that come from? Etymology. Thorough. Old English. Oh, no wonder, because it doesn't feel like French or Latin. It's some totally goofball angle language. The language that I'm proud to call my native one, English. The sense of thorough dates from the 15th century, when it had the sense of that goes or extends through something. Oh, thoroughfare. That's fun. Let's see what the Wiktionary says. Oh, never mind that. If the Merriam-Webster people have it, I'm all for it. I used to buy their dictionaries on the iPhone. I mean, I guess I still would, but they're like the most expensive iPhone apps I would ever buy, like $40. Whoa, but man, it's so worth it to have like a good dictionary, not just like rando internet stuff. So, is there a first use? Middle English, thorough, like through. All right. Well, that's fun. That's one of the pleasures of writing is you go along and look up words, do a little research. Retire, soon retire, not to the remaining in-house domain technical knowledge around the system. Right. So now we can move this. In-house. I like this, the in-house domain. Oh, hold on. Someone's at the door. Well, it was just someone, looking for some donations, which is fine. But I told them I was on a phone call, which is kind of true. But I also got the chance to get some more nuts. This close to dinner, maybe not a good idea. But that's okay. So let's finish this up, and then we'll be done here for the day. Let me get right in there. So you can hear these nuts cracking. In-house. See, there's a sentence. Feels weird, but I think that's what you want. Our agency was stuck in a legacy trap. And anyone could smell it from a kilometer away. All right. All right, well, that's good for today. I mean, it's good in so much as that's what I can do and have done. So there you go. Well, you know, if you've enjoyed this or like seeing a replay of it, of course you can subscribe to get notified. I don't always do a lot of streaming, but I think it's actually been pretty beneficial for making me focus on working on stuff. There's a sentence for you. I have several of my books for free. If you go to cote.io/books, you can just download them. There's some good ones there. And also, I was thinking, if you deign to subscribe to my channel here, because that's what I need to build up. But if you do that, and just somehow contact me. I don't know. You can You can DM me in Twitter or write me a message. I'll send you a free copy of my collection of columns about DevOps, which I normally sell for $25 or something. But yeah, I'll send you that. I guess you could subscribe and unsubscribe, but tell me who you are, and I'll go check that out. So with